Hey everybody! So today I got to see the latest quasi-animated film called Peter Rabbit, and it's of course based on the classic Beatrix Potter novels and also some of the other things that have been done, some of the series and stuff. And this is a weird movie. Like I was expecting it to be bad. The trailers were terrible, and it is bad. It's not a good movie, but it was weirder than I thought it was going to be. I felt like when I watched this movie that like they had all these screenplay ideas and they put them all in a hat, and each day they came to the set and was just like, okay, oh, we're shooting this today. It felt so random. Like you'd have one scene with this like slapstick violence, with them like fighting with Mr. McGregor, and then you'd have a scene with this like 2D animation kind of in the feel of the old books. Then you'd have like a romantic scene, and then all of a sudden the humans can understand the animals, and then there's a scene in London, and like sometimes the protagonist of the movie is the Domhnall Gleeson character, and you feel sad for him having to deal with all of this. And then other times Peter Rabbit is the protagonist, and the Domhnall Gleeson character is definitely like, he's treated like the wet bandits from Home Alone, but like you're supposed to like this person because he's with the Rose Byrne character. And like even the music was totally random. Like 1 minute there would be like a classic kind of style song. 1 minute there'd be like an indie style song. Then there's like rapping all of a sudden, and then they'd have like classical music, kind of like opera type song. Like it was just all over the place. The movie was a mess in that way. Some of the animation is pretty good, some of it isn't great, but like I thought the rabbits looked good when they were like from a distance. But then when there were scenes where he was like holding one up or something like that, it didn't look as good. But there's some good moments with the animation, I'll give them that. And there are some moments like there's moments with this sort of electric shock thing that they do a lot. And every time the kids in my audience were dying, that just was like gold. They really liked that. That's really funny. So that's fine. But there were like long sequences where the animals were like partying, and that was supposed to be funny. And I don't think any of the kids thought that was funny. And it wasn't, I don't know. Like you're supposed to like these characters, but the characters are stealing. So it makes it hard to like them. And they try to say like, oh, well, we're living on their land, but not really, because they didn't grow it. They didn't, like they're the ones, and they even say, we're going to steal from him. So it's sort of a weird thing. And yeah, it's just a really strange movie. I just found it very odd. Like even in the very beginning scenes when you see Domhnall Gleeson's character, like you think he is like this super tough guy at work, and he's like, wants the toilets clean enough that they can drink from them. And usually that kind of character is like a bad guy because he's such a, like a horrible hardcore boss kind of character. But then like he really has this dream of opening his own toy store, and he's like this dreamer, and he gets and so like that's weird. It's like a weird combination. I don't know. I just thought it was a very strange movie. And so I guess at least it had that. It wasn't that annoying. I was never like, oh, like I was with other films, like an Emoji Movie or something like that. It was, or Chipmunks or something like that. It was just weird and random. And of course, like, and it was sort of strange having the 2D sections, because it was like, here's a little glimpse of what Beatrix Potter and what Peter Rabbit is really about, and how sweet and gentle and kind and whatever it is. And then you go into these things where Mr. McGregor is like getting his hand caught in two traps, so like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was like you're being reminded of what you should be having and what was great about the original source material, at the same time that you're not getting it. If they had just made a 2D movie in the style in these 2D clips of the sweet, simple stories of Peter Rabbit learning to be obedient and to not go into Mr. McGregor's garden. That's the lesson of Peter Rabbit. Like, why not make a movie about that? Make it sweet and short and cute. Didn't work. Rose Byrne's pretty good. Domhnall Gleeson is good. He does his best. It's just a weird movie. So I don't know. I give it like I don't know, like a C-, I guess. 2 stars. I don't know. I'm Peter Rabbit, and let me know what you think. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.